Hi, this is George from Upfish, your marketing automation expert, and today I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm going to show you how to create an automation that takes inputs from Slack to create HeyGen videos and post them on social media, but I'm going to show you how to build it from the beginning. So instead of doing what I normally do, showing you a finished product and how all the modules work, we'll create this as we go along. Now, obviously it takes a long time to create an automation. You have to open up accounts for all of the tools you want to use, get APIs, keys, check documentation, create Google Sheet templates and all of this stuff. I've actually prepared that ahead of time, so don't think I'm cheating. I just want to make this quick so you don't have to watch a video for 2 hours instead of 10 minutes. So this automation, as I say, what's going to happen is whenever you make an audio recording to Slack, or you type in a long message, or you send a URL, it's going to take that information, it's going to create a video transcript, it's going to create some video copy, it's going to put that into HeyGen to create a video, and then it's going to use that video and that copy to post to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. So in order to get started, the first place we have to go is Slack, because this is the trigger module. So in terms of my pre-preparation, I've already created a private channel in my Slack called Testing for HeyGen. And what this means is every time I make an audio message to that channel, or every time I type a message, it's going to basically trigger this automation. What happens next is there's one of three things that can happen. It's either going to basically be an audio file, in which case we need to have modules to transcribe that audio. It might be a text file, in which case there's less we need to do. Or it might be a URL, in which case we need to get information about the content within that URL page. So there'll be three things that could happen here. And as we do this, we'll basically show you how to make things go quicker. So the last one was a URL. So we'll stick to audio for the moment. So imagine I have sent an audio message to Slack. What I need to do then is download that file. So I'll use this module here, download a file. And basically, because this is a module within Make, it already has the pre-filled possible responses from this call. One of them is files and one of them is URL private download. So I'll map this to this field here. So that means when I send the audio, it will download it. And once I've downloaded it, the next stage is to go to OpenAI, and I want to create a transcription. So here we will create a transcription and I'll map it to the file, so it's already downloaded, less work for me to do. And the prompt, I don't need to add to a prompt. Obviously you can change, you can put in your own particular modifications for language, temperature, the prompt, but I just want a straight up translation. So I'll leave it as is, and I'll rename this so it's easy to keep track of stuff. So this is grab transcription. Now, if you are a frequent viewer of my videos, you will know that my transcriptions are likely to have a lot of ums, ahs, awkward silences, and me saying to myself, I don't know about that. So what I want to do is to get around that by having another ChatGPT module that basically tidies this up. So I'll use ChatGPT for another reason that it's the first on the list. I'll change the role to user. The message content is the text. I'll say here is a transcription. I'll map in this field, and then I'll say, please tidy this up, e.g. ums and ahs. Not a very good prompt. If you are a prompt engineer or have another stupid job title, you might think this could be improved. It definitely could be, but I don't really care. This is just to show you how to build something, not how to build something perfectly. The one thing I would tell you to always include is to tell it, don't include quotation marks. The reason for that is this is going to be part of an API module later on in an API call. And JSON structures, obviously you have a field, it'll be surrounded by quotation marks, and a value surrounded by quotation marks. So if within that field and within that value you have quotation marks, then it makes everything unexpected, it will break it. So basically tell it, don't include it. If you wanted to go a step further, you could ask it to wrap it in bold instead, or wrap it in a different color or a different font. But again, I'm going to skip that. So this module here is going to basically tidy up. So I'll rename this tidy up transcription. So now I have a transcription. This all needs to go to social media. So while I'm on the OpenAI train, I'm going to do one more completion, and I'm going to ask it to create a short, basically 20-word summary. So I'll go to user again. I'll say, here is some content, and I'll use the message from the tidy up transcription. Please summarize this in 20 words or less to be appropriate for social media copy. Use hashtags outside. Again, not the best. A pretty awful prompt, but it will do for now. So we have all of this going on. The next stage, a HeyGen call. Now, HeyGen don't have a module in Make that we can use. So we're going to make a HTTP call, and we're going to make a request. Now, this would be one of those examples where if I was doing this from scratch, you would be pretty bored watching me go through the documentation. Like, I've already done it, so I know what I need to do. I'm going to make a call to this address here. It is a post. I need to put in an API key. So bear with me a second here. It's going to be a header, the name, X API key, and the value is here. This is a burner account, so you can use this API key if you want, but there's no point. Free trial only lets you do basically one video, and you can open up your own free trial account. What else am I going to change? I'm going to change the body type. So I'm just going to use the example request that they give you in the API documentation. So I change this to raw, JSON application, requested content. Here, obviously, you can see I can change the avatar ID, I can change the voice ID, I can change the type, I can change the background if I want, I can change anything I want, but I don't want to do that. I just want to change the input text, which is here, and I'm going to grab it from this tidy up transcription module. So I click on choices, I click on message, I insert the content. What else I want to change? Always make sure pass response yes. Don't be me, I always forget to do this and it's stupid. Pass response, press OK. Then we can test it. So I'm going to run this module only. I'm going to go down here to add an item to the message content. This is a test. I hope it works, as the free trial account doesn't give you many credits. Press OK. And we can see here status code 200. That means it worked. The data, I have a video ID. So what does that mean? It means instead of processing the video a second after I press OK, what happens is it sends information to HeyGen side. They'll process it, and when it's ready, they'll let me know. So what I will do instead is use the video ID to get to the next step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a sleep function here. So what does that mean? It means that this automation, when it reaches this point, it's going to pause for 300 seconds or 5 minutes. This gives HeyGen more than enough time to make the video that I want it to. So it's going to pause it, and then I'm going to make another HTTP request. Let's clone this. So I've got the reason I'm cloning this is because I don't have to copy and paste the API key again, but it is a different API call I need to make this time. So the API call for getting a video is this. Video status get video ID equals, and then I put in here as my variable the video ID. I don't need anything else, so I press OK. I'm going to make a note now of this ID, so copy paste, Control C, and let's test it. Run this module only, video ID, put it in, press OK. It runs, and it hasn't worked, which is good. Because this is how sometimes things work when you run them. Why hasn't it worked? Method not allowed. It's because the method is a post, and that's not right. It should be a get. So I'm going to press OK, change it, run this module again, insert the video ID, press OK. It runs. And what do we have here? So it's status code 200, it worked. The data, and here we have the duration. So it's a 8-second video. We have the ID, it's still the same. Status completed is good. Thumbnail URL and the video URL. So if I copy this and I open it up and I put it in, it downloads the file. So I'll open up the file, and this is the video that is made.
This is a test. I hope it works, as the free trial account doesn't give you many credits.
Perfect. So it's worked. So now I'm back into the make. I know that the video works. I have some information it's giving me here. It's giving me the URL. It's giving me the status. So what I want to do now is basically save that file somewhere, just in case I want to use it in the future, because the HeyGen, they say they only keep those links open for, I think, 3 days. So I'll do another HTTP module. I'm going to grab a file. I'll put the URL in here as the data from here, video URL. This will download the file, and I'm going to put it in Google Drive. So again, this is me working ahead. I have created a folder in my Google Drive specifically for this. It's called HeyGen for approval. So I'll upload this file, and I will put it, select from a list, choose here to select folder. Folder is called HeyGen videos for approval, and in not using the Slack file, I'm using one from the HTTP module. So you should probably rename these just to keep track of what's going on. So this is create video, rename, get video info, rename, get file downloaded, rename, put folder, put file, in folder for approval. Okay, and the next steps, I want to create a Google Sheet that has all of this information backed up in case I need to triple check it. So Google Sheets, add a row. Again, I've planned ahead for this. So I've created a Google Sheet where I have a summary, or this is also the copy that will be put on, the original input. So this could be a link to the file from Slack, or the original text, or the link that they send me. This is the video text, so this is what the video will be saying. The video ID from HeyGen, the video URL from HeyGen, the video ID from Google Drive, the video URL from Google Drive, and social copy here, just in case I want to use it later. So I come back to my thingy, and I'll choose a file here, and it is called HeyGen test. And now it's simply a case of mapping the columns. So it's in sheet 1. Table does contain headers. Summary is going to be from the ChatGPT created completion here. I didn't rename this, but this is create a summary, create social media copy. So I'll put in here the message content. The original input is the text here. Sorry, this is going to be an audio file. So I'll put in the URL to the private download. Video text, I will map to the tidy up of transcription, which is here, the content. Video ID from HeyGen is in this data module here. The video OL from HeyGen is in the same place. The hosted video ID, so hosted, the reason I've put hosted rather than Google Drive is because if you have a personal Google Drive account, it's very difficult to upload files, download files. There is a way around it. It takes way too long for me to show you how to do here. There is documentation for it on Make, but if you can't figure it out, switch it to Dropbox, switch it to Microsoft, it doesn't matter. The principle is always the same. So we have the ID of the file here. This makes it easy for us to search for it later. And the hosted video URL, which is called web content link, not web view link, web content link. So we press OK. And then finally, what about a Slack message? Yeah, sure. Create a message, select from a list. We'll send this into a public channel. We'll send it into general, and we'll say, please check and approve this video. And we'll put in the web content link here. Okay, so the first part is done. What's going to happen? I record a voice message, downloads the voice message, transcribes the voice message, tidies it up, creates a summary, creates a video, gets the video info, puts it into Google Drive, uploads a sheet, sends a Slack message for me to basically do it all over again. So we'll get into that later. So the next stage is for text. So with a text, I don't need to transcribe anything. I just need to tidy it up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select the whole branch. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to add it here. I don't need this module anymore. So what happens is text module comes in, and we'll change the filter here. So text means text exists and text does not contain www. So what does this mean? It means that text is there, but it's not a web address, because that would be a link. Audio would be file, URL private download exists, And then this one is just a fallback. It's a URL. We can change this up later. It doesn't matter. So what happens here? Text message comes in. I type in, hello, this is George. This is a test. Can we do it? So instead of a transcription, I'll just change it for text. Here is a transcription. Please tidy this up. Remove any mistakes or poor grammar. Don't include quotation marks. And then the rest of it works out fine. Here's the results. Here's the content. Summarize it. Create the video. Get the video. Download the video. Put it in. Go to Google Sheets. Send Slack message. That's all fine. The next one is a URL. So here we need something different. I'm going to use OpenAI for this. I'm going to create a completion. And I'm going to say message role. Use this. Remember, this is going to be a URL. So here is a website. It'll get that. Please summarize the content in less than 500 words. I figure 500 words is roughly 2 minutes. Again, change the prompt to what you need. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm just doing this to show you how to do it. But basically, that's what I want. And don't use quotation marks at any point. Okay, that's all good. Press OK. And then after that, we want to do the rest of it. So again, I will select this whole branch, copy, paste, put this down here. What is going on? Why is this stuck? There we go. There we go. Auto align. So now I have a transcription from a URL. I want to put in the summary. So I'll change this to content, create a video, change the input text to, there's a better way to do this, but you'll see here the message, the content, okay, get video info, fine, get file downloaded, fine, put video in folder for approval, fine, Google Sheets, this one here does not exist anymore, so I will change this video text to this module, choices, message, content. The rest of it is fine, it's all mapped out. Save it, and it works. Okay, so Slack message comes in, audio, done, text, done, link to a different website, done. Now there are limitations to this. You can't send a link to a YouTube video, for example, because it won't know how to get info from that video. Basically anything that requires you to separate audio from something else like a video, it's just too many steps for me to show you how to do it easily. But this is step one. So now we have step one done. We have the files in Google Drive, we have a sheet which tracks everything, and we have a message in Slack. So one day you get a message in Slack to say, please update the folder. What happens next? Well, we need to create step two. So I'll save these changes, and I want to create a brand new scenario. So create new scenario. I'll call this step two. And what happens? Well, the first thing we need to do is to watch for folders in Google Drive. So I mentioned earlier, I've pre-planned some stuff. This would be one of them. So I have a folder in Google Drive, and I'm going to watch for files. So I get that message from Slack to say, please approve this. I'll watch the video. If it's good, I move it from one folder for approval to a new folder approved. In this case, HeyGen videos approved. So I'm watching these folders. After that, I want to put it onto social media, which means I need the copy. So I need Google Sheets to grab that copy. So I go to Google Sheets, I will do search, I will connect it to the Google Sheet I prepared earlier, which was called HeyGen testing, I think. Yeah, HeyGen test, sheet one, table contains headers, yes, whatever. And what is the filter? The filter is that the hosted video ID, so the ID from Google Drive, equals to this, the one that it gets from the folder. So basically, folder comes in, let's say the file ID is 20. It won't be 20, but okay, let's say it's 20. If on that Google Sheet, this file ID equals the video ID put on the Google Sheet, it will return that. So the next step is to add it onto social media. So I use Social Bee for my social media posting. And it basically will take the ID from the file, connect it to the Google Sheets row, and then put it onto Social Bee. So first off, I need to connect my workspace. I'm going to select it as my YouTube channel. I'll select my categories as YouTube videos. The text will be the summary, and the media URL is going to be the hosted video URL. So I press OK, and I want to test this. So I'm going to choose where to start. I'm going to press all. I'm going to run this module only. In fact, you know what? I'll just take it from Google Sheets. It doesn't matter. So here we have a file, a video that I've uploaded. I'm looking for the web content link, which is here. So copy and paste. All right, so I'm going to run this module only. So the video URL should be web content link. Summary is going to be, here is a test run. I press OK. And it's worked. So ahead of time, make sure you create that folder in Google Drive. Also make sure that you set it to open. It makes it easier for people to see the links there. So in the permission sharing, just put down anyone with the link can view as a viewer. This is my Socialbee account. If I come to content and I go down to YouTube videos, we'll see that it has been uploaded. Here is the copy, here is a test run, and there is the video that it's going to post. If I click on it, it would tell me that, yes, when I was making the videos, I didn't change the aspect ratio because I didn't care. But you can see here, this is what people are going to see on YouTube if I post this.
This is my trying to make a video.
It has the voice, it has the video, it has a description. Same will work for Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So that is how you create something from scratch, basically. I hope this was useful to you. It was horrible for me to prepare for and horrible to record, but I hope that I make enough edits to this at the end that it kind of makes sense to people. I appreciate this is a new way of presenting automations. So if this is better for you guys, please let me know, and this is how I'll start doing it all the time. If not, I'll go back to the old way. All right, thank you for watching. Goodbye.